Well, good morning. Good morning. Welcome and happy birthday to the IET, the Institution of Engineering and Technology. I don't think I need this smiley mask, although I'm super happy. Oh, never put your mask on before your headphones. That's always a good a good lesson. Or did I do it the other way around? Oh my goodness. So it's Monday and it is day one of the IET's hashtag IET 150 week. I joined the IET, believe it or not, in 1981. It's just occurred to me today. I joined the IET in 1981 when I was at university in Loughborough doing electrical and electronic engineering, where in the morning we were taught about ferrite cores and in the evening we were doing microprocessor coding on Intel 8740s with UPROMs and UVPROMs and all sorts of stuff. I was there for 5 years. I became an engineer. I worked for an engineering company in Leicester for a few years, went to work for BT. But now, well, my story is very different because now I am actually running a project called Steamcode, live streaming today, as you can see from this Coventry Cathedral that we've made from cardboard and code and creativity to inspire our kids to be creative, to inspire them to get into STEM or STEAM or creativity or engineering or making or doing or whatever it is that we want them to do. So let's just roll the lovely IET video that they've developed here and crack on with this. If I can find my play button without putting my glasses on. Must admit, I've never played that video before, so I wasn't sure how short it was. So as I say, I'm live today, you can't make this stuff up, on a cardboard Coventry Cathedral, a symbol of inspiration, a symbol of aspiration, a symbol of togetherness, a symbol, if you like, of hope for our country, for our kids and for all our futures at this time. Let's face it, we had a pretty rough year with the coronavirus, and in World War II, Coventry, the country, the world had a very rough time, obviously, with the last Great War, and that city, that country, its children rose up from the ashes in the way that Coventry Cathedral did, and that's why we've built a Coventry Cathedral from cardboard boxes and bits of cardboard and code and creativity, because just in case anybody's in any doubts, this is not real. We are actually faking this with a little bit of technology. And if you want to see the technology we're using, I'll gladly show you later on. We'll have a quick look at that. I don't want to keep you for more than about 5-10 minutes. I think what's fantastic today is that the IET in Danielle George, in its president this year, has a fantastically inspiring woman who is about creativity, who is about inspiration, who is truly a role model for all our children. I don't think there can be any doubt of that. And I just need to press my buttons. I just did this one in a bit of a rush, actually. Let's get back to, let's get over here, shall we? Here we go. So I'm slightly...
Do you know what? Homer Hickam ended up working on this project.
Let's get rid of that, shall we?
This is an amazing project by Virgin. Virgin Train. They started making rockets, and they've got a spacecraft system.
Ever since I've been little, I've been very scared.
Kill that. So basically, I set all this up in a bit of a hurry, and I've got lots of auto presets. If you want to see how complicated this is, then I'll show you. So basically, well, why don't I just do that now, and I might get a little bit of moral support. And so basically, just in case you're in any doubt, I'm not actually on a cardboard cathedral. Here's a little GoPro camera here, and if I cut to that, you'll see that I'm actually upside down. I'm actually in front of a laptop here. I've got a few screens either side of me. Everything you're seeing here is coming through this laptop using an incredible piece of software. It's all happening in software. It's just a Windows 10 PC, fairly powerful one, I have to admit. Quite a powerful, lots of heat sinks and vents there. Got a screen over there with my socials going on. I've got a screen over here with the live stream going out. So if anybody wants to pop a message in, so we could actually pop a little message up there now. Actually, let's find my mouse. It's a bit tricky finding your mouse with this many screens. So I come in over here and I'm just going to put a message up, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put a comment out, and I'm going to say, happy birthday, HAPPY BIRTHDAYIET. Okay, so I've typed that in there. I hit chat. That's now gone to all my feeds. So it's gone to Twitter, it's gone to Facebook, it's gone to YouTube, and it's gone to Twitter. So we are, oh, I do like a bit of visual feedback. Can't be a bit of visual feedback. That's a lovely one to explain to the kids. It's a video of a video of a video of a video of a video. And here I am in front of a green screen. And everything you see here is actually my spare bedroom, which is now my home office as a result of lockdown. Got some cardboard stuff going on over there. Got a disco mirror ball there because we do a bit of DJing. Got a lovely cardboard castle over there. And underneath here, I've even got a wonderful cardboard Coventry Cathedral, which is made for me by an amazing cardboard engineer, Darryl Wakelam, who does incredible work in schools. And one of the loveliest phrases I came across actually from a young man at the UTC, the University Technical College. He wanted to be an engineer, this young lad, Finn his name was. And he said that cardboard is the gateway drug to making, and that's what we've got to do. And if you're a member of the IET or a fellow of the IET, you'll remember when you were a child, I'm sure you were making, I'm sure you were always taking things apart. I'm sure you were always inquiring and looking, oh, actually I don't want to cut away. Look at the stuff I got here. Oh, my camera's just become disconnected, but look at it. Let's just try and plug that back in. There we go. So we've got some really cool stuff here. I've got a remote control car, which I take on the road sometimes to show kids how suspension systems work and how remote control electronics work. This is actually a live steam loco, which I've got here. This is an 18mm narrow gauge. I've actually got a narrow gauge railway in my garden, believe it or not. This is a robot called JD. It's an easy robot, fantastic. Really, there's no limit to what you can do with that. It does AI coding. We've got a whole load of Rubik's Cubes around there because down here, we've actually got a robot designed by an amazing engineer from ARM Electronics, a robot that can solve a Rubik's Cube. I'll show you that in a moment as well. So this is what we do. We take all this on the road with a project called STEAMco, which is a non-profit community enterprise, which I co-founded in my son's primary school in Paddington to inspire our kids to be creative, to help them find something they can be passionate about, to help them find their element, to find something that might help them make some money, make the world a better place, make some friends. We call it their art. I don't want to get into a STEM versus STEAM row here because I don't care. It's about creativity. It's about helping every child in this country, in this world, find something they're passionate about and helping them follow that dream. And that's what I believe every engineer I've ever met is passionate about. And I know that that's what Daniel George, as the president, is passionate about. And I just think it's so important that we do actively inspire and encourage our kids. Just want to make sure I haven't actually muted that out. I'm just going to actually show you now, very, very quick here. What do you think? That's a bit annoying, isn't it? So that's playing. What have we got to do to stop that? Click that there, maybe. So all these videos went into autoplay because I didn't tick a little box to make them not do that. So I'm going to actually show you a project we did with Mamta Singh, who's an amazing young woman, at FIET. I think she might just be a fellow actually, but she really should be knighted for the work she's done inspiring young people. A couple of years ago, we actually got a small grant from the IET. Very, very grateful for that. And we did this. Play the video. No audio. Wow, well here we are Monday morning in Sheffield, kicking off Tomorrow Engineers Week. We're some children here at Hyperloop Academy on the outskirts of Sheffield, where a city that was built on the steel industry is looking to reinvent itself around the creative industries, around technology and around innovation and design. Good morning everybody, my name's Nick. It's a steam train. It's not just any old steam train. It's Stevenson's rocket. The world's first passenger-carrying steam train. George Stevenson was a man from Newcastle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's engineering powered their dreams for a future. And you know what? Homer Hickam ended up working on this project. This is an amazing project by Virgin. You've probably heard of Virgin Trains. Well, they started making rockets, and they've got a spacecraft system.
Ever since I've been little, I've been very scared of the dark.
But what technology did they use? Yes, drones. Drones are very, very interesting technologies. Well, look at this. This is fireworks, not using gunpowder, but using drones. Did you know
And the machine
that a woman
will produce the calculation.
invented the whole idea of computing? Really cool thing is he's developed a system with some other engineers called Hyperloop, which transports people down tubes
from one city to another. We've built a thing called Hyperloop here. What do you think we could use to fire this car down the track?
So today you get to do 4 different engineering activities. And the first one is becoming a toy engineer, and we're going to type of engineer you're going to become is a software engineer using the BBC micro engineer that you're going to become is a civil engineer using sticks to create structures. And then the 4th type of engineer you're going to become is aeronautical engineer, where you make things go into space.
Everyone's been saying what a brilliant day it's been, and the question we've got now as a leadership team is how we can get this onto the curriculum, whether we call it engineering or innovation as part of a lesson. This is what these children need, this is what they...
I've just been trying to configure my buttons actually, and it doesn't like... Oh, stop it. So every time I pull that up, it's going to play. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? I have to change something, but not to worry. We'll get rid of that video because we've just seen that. So that was a project we did with IET funding with the iMechEng as well. So they supported that, which was absolutely fantastic. And really that's what we're all about here at STEAMco, connecting communities with their schools and inspiring kids with creativity, because not everybody wants to be an engineer, not everybody wants to be a coder, not everybody wants to make and play with rockets and robots and all that sort of stuff. But really what you get a sense of there is the work we're doing. And we'd be nothing without organisations like the IET, the Royal RSA, Royal Society of the Arts. We've been delighted to collaborate with the Royal Institution. We launched at the Royal Institution the stage that Faraday first demonstrated the concept of electromagnetism, just remarkable. Lord Martin Rees from the Royal Society, Baron Lord Martin Rees, Royal Astronomer, Baron Lord of Ludlow, where I'm from, has been very generous and done some stuff, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to do some more with him very, very soon at the Ludlow Festival. So really just wanted to just say hello and wish a very, very fantastic happy birthday to the IET, 150 years. And I can't believe that I've been a member. I wasn't a member, I did let it lapse for a few years, went off and did a bit of DJing. But I've been a member of, I joined the IET 40 years ago, and here I am today, as I say, on a cardboard pyramid, a cardboard cathedral. We did the pyramid stage for Glastonbury. I'm on a cardboard cathedral in Coventry. This year, Coventry is the city of culture, and we're going to be taking this all over the country. We're doing a whole load of workshops and presentations all over the UK as part of what we're calling our Inspired to Learn summer tour. In fact, I might be able to show you that now. Let me just cut to that very quickly and then we'll call it a day. So what do we do with this Coventry Cathedral? Well, this is what we do with it. We do crazy stuff like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Oh, hello there. We've had the most fantastic time here at Millbrook Primary School in Cheshire this morning on our Inspired to Learn 21 summer tour. Unbelievable. And what's really amazing is that we live streamed the whole thing today from a cardboard Coventry Cathedral that we built in a school in Coventry last month up there in Cash Primary. And the kids were so excited and so engaged. There I am, give you a little wave there. We told them about something that might help them make a little bit of money, maybe help them make a few friends, or make the world a better place. We told them about finding their art, something they could be passionate with, something they can aim not just high but higher than high with. I think a highlight of the day came though when we went outside to their playground and something magical appeared as if out of thin air. Their very own cardboard Coventry Cathedral, a symbol of aspiration, of hope, of not catching up, rising up, jumping up. But that wasn't all. Because using some video clips that the school had sent us, we actually launched the rocket in the playground for them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Hello, Mr. Hilton. What did you think of that?
Fantastic, Nick. Yeah, thanks very much for your time this morning.
And $1 million question, Mr. Hilton, is did you learn anything today?
I learned that a robot can do a Rubik's Cube faster than I can ever do it.
Make sure you download the flyer from our website for this incredible session that comes in 2 parts. The Aim High session is a 45-minute live streamed assembly from here to you in your school. and the Rocket Kids session, where we build our green screen TV studio in your school hall and live stream the Rocket Kids assembly and then run a day of creative activities for you. And launch a real dynamite rocket like this in your playing fields. Book your session now. Oh, keep forgetting it cuts off. We've got a bit of a time limit on our, Twitter videos, 2 minutes 20 seconds, and it got cut off about, amazing what a quarter of a second difference it makes. So that's it really. I just wanted to show you that and just say, you know, if you're an engineer, if you're a STEM ambassador, if you're creative, if you like to look at what we're doing, we really, really, really would love to collaborate with you and work with you. Here we are on our cardboard pyramid stage talking to kids about art, something that might help them make a little bit of money, help them make some friends, make the world a better place. We're taking this on a tour. We've got a stage over on the other side there that young people can perform on. They can do music, they can sing, they can dance, they can talk about their coding, they can talk about their robots, all, as I say, on this cardboard Coventry Cathedral, a symbol of aspiration, a symbol of hope, a symbol of positivity, a symbol of rising up against adversity, a symbol to all our young people to go out into the world and to be the absolute best that they can be, to let them know that we've got them, we've got their backs. We are here to support our children and do our very, very best for them. I'd like to finish with a film now that just wraps up and summarises what we do at STEAMCO, what I've done in 10 years with people, parents, teachers, communities across the country. And this short film was made for me by a dad in my son's school, for whom I'll be forever grateful. And I'm just going to try and find it and find the play, because I tell you what, this is not easy, clicking all these buttons. Need to get a bit of prep. Didn't have much time to prep this. We did speak to I try and get in touch with the IET, but they were a bit too busy. But here we go. So I hope you enjoy this film. We are all born artists. We're all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corsten, I'm just a dad, I'm co-founder of STEAMCO. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So STEAMCO is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magic! It's magical!
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Bestel, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts. So the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So In lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-sized pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work to see.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system, we have a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere. So there you have it, a film made for me by a dad, actually. A film there made for me by a dad in my son's school. And it just goes to show, I don't know if there's one thing I'd like you to all take away from that. If you're a member of the IET, a fellow of the IET watching that now, I joined the IET 40 years ago. I had a short period of time working formally in the education world and then went into tech, marketing, advertising. And what really struck me there was with the words of a head teacher, I don't know if you noticed, who said that a child spoke for the first time. I'm so humbled by that fact, because I didn't think that when I went into education, when I became an engineer, when I started doing this project, that a head teacher would tell me that something I did, something as simple as firing a dynamite rocket like this, a task, an activity which I became part of because of a book my father found in an Oxfam bookshop about 4 boys who didn't want to be coal miners, who looked to the sky, saw a Sputnik satellite and were inspired by a mum, a dad, a teacher to make rockets. Those boys learned to make rockets and ended up working for NASA. Rocket Boys by Homer Hickam, if you're interested in that story. And to think that I fired a rocket in a playground and a child spoke for the first time. There's one person I'd like to pay credit to today. Daniel George is doing a great job, and that's her job, and she's famous. She's a celebrity scientist, engineer, technologist, and that's fantastic. She's a fantastic role model for young women, older women, women generally. But one person I'd like to celebrate today is a man called David Whale, who's a member of the IET. And he did incredible work. I first came across him when he was promoting this thing. This is the BBC Microbit, a small microprocessor, display buttons, sensors, and accelerometers and everything. A £12 computer. With this, we can teach our kids not just to code, but to think creatively, to think in the way of computational problem solving. We can teach our kids so much with this. And as I say, I celebrate the work of David Well, because unpaid and in a volunteer capacity, he virtually single-handedly launched this. Okay, a lot of people at the IET did a lot of work, and the BBC and Microsoft and ARM and these various people, but that one man showed me what engineering can do, what the IET could do if we collaborate for creativity, if we collaborate for our kids, and if we collaborate for all our futures. thanks so much for sitting in on this, and we may restream the 1 o'clock session, but I just wanted to say that, you know, the IET members, fellows come in many forms, and I'm one of them. Cheers. Let's get this to play. Why can't we hear that? Oh, because I've played the wrong video probably. Let's have a look. Don't want to get, let's get rid of that one. Playing the wrong video now, aren't we? Gosh, let's get that one to play. I just re-imported it. There we go.